Peace, guys. It's me, Arlene J. Ramsey, CEO and founder of Everyone Let's Talk, also your favorite self-wealth mentor. Today's talk is based off of a meme, which is based off of a long dispute between the black man and the black woman that has been going on for years. Now, I don't remember word for word verbatim as to what the meme said, so don't quote me. However, I know it's about this topic in this direction, some of the words. So the meme goes along the lines to say that the government has given the black woman welfare. The black woman start disrespecting the black man. They put the black man on welfare. He didn't, or the meme didn't specify who they was. It just said they put the black man on welfare to replenish money that the government has been giving the black woman for years, and so on. Guys, before I get into this, I urge both the black woman and the black man, when it comes to topics of slavery, the government, white supremacy, capitalism, the black man, the black woman, and the black family, I urge you to do more research. Then understand yourself as to why you react the way you do. And then try to understand the opposite sex. And then when you do that, approach this situation with kid gloves when you are communicating or conversing with the opposite sex, as long as you're in the African American community or family. You have to hold yourselves accountable to changing this paradigm. Now, I get it, it's a big job. Some of you may say, listen, I don't have time for all of that. But listen, you have to listen to me. I'm like that little kid. Listen, Linda, no, Linda, listen, Linda. I'm like that. Please listen, okay? I urge you to do this because on top of the slavery, the abuse, mental, physical, psychological, verbal, all the you know what our history was like. On top of that, we continue to abuse, bash, hate, and dislike each other for what this system has done to us. We're reacting because we're programmed based off of a system that they have created, and we continue to spiral out of control. All right, so now let me tell you what I've done. I've done some research. Now, I'm not going to get into the research of welfare because this talk is not about welfare. It's about you guys and I, okay? But the research I've done reveals that the welfare system came about during the Great Depression in the 1930s, between 1933 and 1935, all right? And it provided services for women with children, elderly, and disabled, all right? Now, let's fast forward a couple of years. There's a plane over my head, so I hope you guys can hear. But let's fast forward a couple years to when the black family were put on welfare. All right, you and I weren't there, so we cannot attest to if there were jobs or not, right? But this is just what we were told and what history says. All right, so they weren't giving many black men jobs. They put the black woman and the black family on welfare. But the rule was that the black man could not stay in the house. Because if you're a man who is capable and able of working and providing for your family, then a system should not be providing for your family. However, they strategically were not giving black men jobs. So I get it. The rational thing or the logical thing to say is, or to argue is, how could I provide for my families when you're telling me that there aren't any jobs and you're not giving me a job, right? But that was strategic. You and I know that. We discuss this all the time, right? So let's fast forward to what this paradigm has actually created. All right, so the black woman got lazy. You didn't have to build any real good job skill sets, communication skills when it comes to outside of your family or outside of the people that are in your community. You didn't learn how to deal or converse with people from different walks of life or even from different countries. You didn't have to because you didn't have to work. You didn't have to be punctual, right? Critical thinking skills weren't built to the max. Creative thinking skills were not developed to the max. Good leadership skills were not developed to the max because you missed one important component, and that was the black man, right? You didn't learn how to develop communication skills with a man outside of your family, because it's very easy to communicate with our family that are men. We have no problems doing that, right? However, it's different to communicate with a man that you have feelings for who is not your family, right? That takes a different skill set. We were unable to build those skill sets, many skill sets. We weren't able to build good patience with that man or that woman. All right, we weren't able to build compassion, understanding. There was a lot that we were unable to build because we weren't afforded that opportunity to build those skill sets. Okay? So yes, the black woman got lazy off of the system, right? And then, however, the black woman still supported the black man. So he would come around first of the month. She would still give him money. She would still give him food. How I know that? I'll get into that in a minute. So let me tell you what happened with the black man now. And of course, there was a lot more that happened with the black woman that I'm not going to get into because, again, I wasn't there and I wasn't a black woman on welfare, but you get my drift, right? I just gave you a couple of the basics. Now, here are some skill sets the black man were unable to build. He was unable to be responsible for his family. He was unable to build communication skills and communicate with a woman that he has family feelings for outside of his family. He wasn't able to build good leadership skills with his family. It's one thing to be a leader, right? And then it's another thing to be a leader and have a family follow you. That skill set wasn't built. He didn't build build patience with a woman, compassion. The reverse of everything I said with the black woman applies with the black man. He wasn't able to build that skill set, those skill sets. Either, right? So then we had this other thing that happened. He started to love the streets, the freedom. There was a lot of fun in the streets. Him and the boys, they would hang out. They didn't have to work. They were still taken care of by the women who were on welfare. So it created lethargic people, both the black man and the black woman, to a great degree. And it dismantled your strength, your unity, your respect, your support, your compassion, your guide. Because the black men are our guides, right? When we are in a relationship, before we make major moves or decisions, we usually look to our partners and confide in our partners, like, okay, what should I do next, or what should we do next? We weren't able to build that. All right. So on both ends, you guys are responsible. So now let me fast forward to my era. I'm 39 years old. I was born December 13th, 1976. I recall seeing black men coming around the first of the month, getting money and food stamps from welfare. And I remember at Barringer Prep, it was just a couple of us, 9th grade, discussing that. She's stupid. Why is she giving him money? And it's not just us at school. Some of the other women would discuss that too. You had grown-ups who were discussing that. How could she, support him? He doesn't do anything for those damn kids. That's how they talk. He don't do a goddamn thing for those damn kids. But he comes around the first of the month and she's so goddamn stupid. She's dick-whipped. And she, you know the conversation, guys. I grew up hearing that. And I had that discussion not knowing how this paradigm came about. And I'm quite sure you guys are discussing it. Not I'm quite sure, I hear it. You guys discuss this in the same type of manner. And you're discussing the after effect in the same type of manner with lack of compassion for either or. You understand that the system designed to dismantle the family, but you still don't understand to what degree. And then you're not thinking about a proper balanced way to resolving that issue so you can bring some closure between both sexes. I continue to see you guys pointing fingers and blaming. You're both accountable. Both the black woman and the black man is accountable for how you're treating and doing each other in today's day and age. We can no longer continue to blame this system. This system already did what it did. Now we know this. What are we going to do to change this paradigm? What are we going to do to change this paradigm? Okay? So that's what I urge you guys to do. Proceed with caution when it comes to this topic or any other topic concerning the black family, capitalism, the system, white supremacy, the government. Do more research, understand yourself, then try to understand the woman's position or perspective in it, and then try to approach this, approach it with kitten gloves. Proceed with caution. Because what happened is, both of you, both the black man and the woman, because you haven't built those skill sets, you don't have patience, compassion, or understanding for one another. So now here's what happened while you're arguing. Now when you have the black woman that's going to the black man and asking him for things that he should do as a father, and he hasn't built those skills, he never built those skill sets to begin with. He doesn't know how to do it or don't want to do it because he likes the freedom, and he knows he's going to be taken care of anyway. She gets pissed off. Oh, now you ain't shit. You this, you're that, and you're the third. Or you'll have the black man that'll come to the black woman and say, listen, I got this idea. He may want to start his own business, because a lot of brothers are looking to start their own business and really not get into working for somebody else's company. And some are workers for somebody else's company. You know, it's either or. But there have been brothers who have asked for support for the sister, the black woman, to support him. And the black woman, you don't want to support him because you got too comfortable with getting that money at the beginning of the month. And you don't know what it feels like to sacrifice with a man and start from nothing with that man, trust that man, and build an empire. Build. You don't know what that's like, and you're afraid. Because you're afraid, you don't like uncertainty. You don't like vulnerability because you don't understand it. You do not support him in his endeavors. So now he says, you think life is sweet. You don't love me. You don't love the black man because you're getting support by that white man's money. You see how that works? The both of you are doing it to each other. And the both of you are right. The both of you are right to a great degree. And then to another degree, you're so wrong because you're handling the situation differently. So for the fellas, I can't tell you how to approach your situation, but dig deep and approach it from an angle of what this system has done to the black family. You have to approach it from that angle in order for and this goes for the black woman and the black man. It doesn't matter. Either sex have to approach it from that angle in order for us to understand each other and understand our angle, where we're going to, and then build. Here's the other thing now. The other thing is your character, right? Integrity. I talk about that all the time. Respect, truth, honor. Your word is your bond, right? Because now when you want to build with each other, you have to hold yourself accountable to doing exactly what you say you were going to do. You see how that works out? Now you guys know, a lot of you know, you got a lot of game. Both the black woman and the black man. You have a lot of game. You don't even trust you. So the opposite sex is damn sure not going to trust you because you're always scheming. When you're scheming, you're not telling the fucking truth. And if you don't tell the truth, how do you expect each other to support each other in your endeavors and build with each other? You don't want to leave a nest that is supporting you and making you comfortable to start something new with someone that you don't believe is telling you the truth. This is why character, truth, honor is so important. That instant gratification, operating in people's blind side, thinking you're smart, pulling a fast one, it does you no good in the long run. Because look at the black family. And then that I just mentioned is something that you learned from slavery. Let's just think about it. Back in the day when you were setting up your plans and doing what you had to do, you didn't want the master to know what you were doing. So when you were reading when you shouldn't read, you pulled a fast one on the master. You learned how to turn tricks. You learned how to shuck and jive. That's why I don't shuck and jive. If I say something and it's serious, I'm not fucking laughing. I'm not fucking laughing. And people, my brothers and sisters don't know how to take me. I say something serious and I don't crack a smile. You want to be my fucking enemy. I'm not projecting bad habits that were learned and taught from back in the days of slavery. Because what happened is when we learned how to trick the slave master, we didn't learn how to turn that switch off. And we've been doing it to each other ever since. You gotta turn that shit off. Stop shucking and jiving. When you say something that's for real, mean what the fuck you say, and you ain't got to laugh and shuck and jive. Because all of you who say serious shit and you laugh and you shuck and jive, you actually got another endeavor that you're not really revealing. And later on, we find out anyway. And then what happens? Oh, you turn around and you say, man, that brother ain't shit. That sister ain't shit. She this, that, and the third. But where did you learn that from? Turn those switches off. And turn on the other switches. You dig me? So again, you guys, I hope you had a great day. I hope you received this well. Until next time, peace.